5 commonly overlooked body areas that cause odor in seniors, and how to clean them properly. Did you know that most seniors are completely unaware of the real reasons behind their body odor? As we age, maintaining daily personal hygiene remains a familiar routine. However, most people tend to focus only on obvious areas like the armpits, feet, or groin, the regions we typically associate with odor. But what very few realize is that smaller, less noticeable areas, skin folds, crevices, or spots that rarely get attention, are often the true culprits where sweat, bacteria, and dead skin cells accumulate, leading to that characteristic unpleasant smell. This isn't just a matter of hygiene. It's directly tied to dignity, confidence, and a sense of being respected. Many older adults assume that smelling old is an inevitable part of aging, accepting it as an unavoidable reality. Yet, the truth is quite the opposite. In many cases, it's these overlooked skin areas that silently contribute to body odor, a scent that clings to clothes, chairs, bedding, and even the air around them. Imagine someone like Harold, a 75-year-old gentleman who always keeps himself polished, shaving every morning, wearing clean clothes, and even applying a touch of cologne. Despite all his efforts, he still noticed a faint, unpleasant odor following him throughout the day. It wasn't from his mouth, feet, or armpits, but from a place he'd never even considered. It wasn't until his doctor asked if he thoroughly cleaned the inner thighs and groin folds that Harold had his wake-up moment. Harold's story isn't unique. It highlights how many seniors, even those diligent about their routines, unintentionally neglect these hidden areas, small spots that have a big impact on body odor. And the good news? It's entirely fixable. In this video, the author aims to dive deep into 5 often forgotten areas where sweat, dead skin, and bacteria quietly thrive each day if not properly cleaned. No expensive products or complicated routines are needed. Just a bit of awareness and a few gentle actions can keep your body fresh and comfortable every day. Because self-care isn't just about appearances, it's about showing love and respect for your own body, no matter your age. The groin and inner thigh folds, one of the most overlooked yet critical areas contributing to unpleasant odors, especially in seniors, is the groin and inner thigh folds. This region sits between the thighs and lower body, where the legs meet the torso, a concealed fold that's constantly rubbed together and covered by clothing for hours each day. Despite being one of the body's most sensitive areas, with active sweat and oil glands, it's sadly a spot that many, even those meticulous about bathing, frequently skip in their daily hygiene routine. The issue is that as we age, our skin thins, loses elasticity, and begins to sag slightly, creating deeper folds across the body. These folds become perfect hiding spots for sweat, excess oil, dead skin cells, and bacteria to build up over time. The warm, moist, and poorly ventilated environment is ideal for bacteria to multiply and produce that distinctive odor, a smell that the person themselves often doesn't notice, but which is unmistakable to those nearby. Take Harold, for example, the 75-year-old model of refinement. He shaved daily, wore clean clothes, and even added a hint of cologne. Yet recently, he noticed a sour, lingering scent by the end of the day. At first, he blamed his clothes, then his shoes, and even his laundry detergent. It wasn't until a routine checkup when his doctor gently asked if he thoroughly cleaned his groin and inner thigh folds that it clicked. For years, he'd assumed a quick rinse in the shower was enough. But in reality, that discreet, hard-to-see area was silently harboring bacteria, causing the odor he hadn't even realized was there. The good news? Cleaning this area isn't complicated or reliant on special products. You don't need harsh scrubbing or strong soaps, in fact, that could irritate skin that's already weakened with age. Instead, use a soft cloth or your hand with warm water and mild soap. During your shower, gently clean the spot where the inner thighs meet the lower body, especially along the crease, then rinse thoroughly with water. Equally important is drying the area completely before dressing, as leftover moisture is a key driver of bacterial growth and odor recurrence. If you sweat easily or have sensitive skin, consider using a talc-free absorbent powder or a light moisturizing cream with moisture-wicking properties to keep the area dry throughout the day. For those with limited mobility, who struggle to bend or control their limbs, cleaning this spot can be challenging, but it's manageable with help from a trusted loved one or tools like a long-handled washcloth, shower chair, or handheld sprayer. Caring for the groin and inner thigh folds isn't just about odor, it's part of maintaining dignity and health in seniors. If bacteria and fungi overgrow, this area can become prone to rashes, irritation, or even infections, particularly risky for those with conditions like diabetes, sensitive skin, or weakened immunity. In short, this is one of those small, easily forgotten areas that has a big impact on feeling clean, confident, and comfortable all day. Spending an extra few minutes daily to gently clean it not only banishes unpleasant odors but also helps you feel better, more confident, and committed to a healthy lifestyle that honors your body, something everyone deserves at any age. The navel. The navel, one of the smallest parts of the body, holds surprising secrets behind unpleasant odors that few suspect, especially in seniors. Its tiny, recessed shape often gets overlooked in daily hygiene routines. Many assume letting water run over it is enough to clean it, but the reality is far different. Over time, lint, dead skin, sweat, and oil collect in the navel's cavity, forming a dark, sticky buildup that can harden like wax. This creates a perfect breeding ground for bacteria and yeast to thrive, producing a persistent, subtle stench. The problem worsens with age-related changes. As we get older, belly skin tends to loosen, forming a small fold just below the navel. If this fold isn't carefully cleaned and kept dry, sweat gets trapped, increasing moisture and the risk of fungal or bacterial growth. Especially on hot days or when wearing tight pants or leggings, the skin below the navel becomes stifled, making the odor even more noticeable. Take Linda, 71, as a classic example. Known for her cleanliness and tidiness, she showered thoroughly daily, changed clothes regularly, and even used a light perfume. But recently, she noticed a strange, sour smell creeping up by midday. She checked her armpits, feet, and even her shoes, all spotless. It wasn't until a routine doctor's visit that she learned the skin just below her navel was damp, slightly red, and showing early signs of a mild fungal infection. The shock? She'd completely neglected that area every time she showered. The truth is, water alone during a shower doesn't clean the navel or the fold beneath it. Especially for those with deep navels, dirt easily collects and clings to the skin, forming a smelly, blackish layer if not cleaned regularly. In some cases, this buildup even becomes a cozy home for bacteria and yeast, leading to navel inflammation or adjacent skin infections. Properly cleaning the navel and the fold below it is simple, takes little time, but requires consistency and care. Use a fingertip or a soft cloth dampened with warm water and a bit of mild soap, gently rubbing inside the navel in circular motions. Rinse with clean water and dry thoroughly, a step just as crucial. For the skin below the navel, if there's a fold, use a soft towel to dry it well after showering to prevent lingering moisture. On hot days or if you sweat easily, a sprinkle of talc-free absorbent powder or a mild drying spray can keep it dry all day. If bending down or mobility is an issue, common in seniors, don't hesitate to ask a trusted loved one for help or use tools like a small mirror, long-handled cloth, or shower seat. Hygiene isn't just personal, it's a right to care for your body with respect and dignity, regardless of age or physical ability. The key takeaway? Body odor doesn't have to come with aging. In most cases, it stems from small, hidden, neglected spots, like the navel and below it, not the whole body. With a little extra attention and a few minutes daily to clean it right, the results are immediate. Odor disappears, skin stays healthier, and you feel cleaner, more comfortable, and confident stepping out. So don't underestimate that tiny navel. It might be the culprit behind your lack of confidence in daily interactions. Start today, add the navel and belly folds to your routine for a clean, healthy, confident body at any stage of life. The ear folds and behind the ears. If there's one body area often overlooked in personal hygiene, especially for seniors, it's the ear folds and the skin behind the ears. This small spot on the edge of the face, where the ear meets the head and neck, rarely gets the attention it deserves. While we wash our faces, shampoo our hair, shave or wipe our necks, the skin right behind the ears, particularly the tiny crease between the ear and skull, almost always gets ignored. Unfortunately, this very spot is a hidden hotspot for body odor that many don't realize. Why? The skin around and behind the ears is rich in sebaceous oil, glands that work overtime. When natural oil, sebum, mixes with sweat, dust, and dead skin cells, a thin, sticky film can form, clinging to the skin like grime. Left uncleaned, this buildup starts to smell, often a faint, musty, or sour odor that's particularly noticeable up close. This becomes even more pronounced with age. Wrinklier skin creates deeper folds around the ears, trapping sweat and oil more easily. Plus, many seniors wear glasses, hearing aids, or earrings or accessories that press and rub against the skin behind the ears, making it stuffy, sweatier, and less able to breathe. What's more, devices like hearing aids can collect dust and bacteria if not cleaned properly, indirectly adding to the odor around the ears. Consider Walter, 76, a former school principal who prided himself on a neat, clean appearance. He shaved daily, dressed sharply, and always wore a spritz of cologne before leaving the house. But one day, his young granddaughter innocently asked, "Why do you smell funny when I hug you, Grandpa?" At first, he felt hurt and a bit embarrassed. Then he began reviewing his hygiene habits. It wasn't until a haircut when the barber casually mentioned some flaky patches behind his ears that Walter realized he hadn't cleaned that area in months. The good news? Cleaning behind the ears is a breeze. Just a few seconds daily while showering. When washing your face or hair, take a moment to gently scrub behind the ears with your hand or a soft washcloth, from the ear's edge, along the scalp junction, down to the jawline. Mild soap is enough, followed by a thorough dry. If you wear hearing aids or glasses, clean those devices regularly too, or they'll transfer odor back to your skin. Earrings, or especially daily wear, also need cleaning with rubbing alcohol or a specialized solution, as they can trap oil and bacteria, leading to irritation or smells around the ears. Don't forget the inner ear folds and outer edges, where small crevices can catch dust and dead skin. Another thing to note, the area behind the ears is one of the body's warmest spots, concealed, poorly ventilated, and with little hair for protection. This makes it a prime spot for bacteria to flourish if not cleaned often. That's why, after a long day, if you lightly touch behind your ear and sniff, you might catch a whiff of odor, even if you've bathed elsewhere. Caring for the ear folds and behind the ears isn't just about looks or basic cleanliness. It's a holistic way to care for yourself, where small details make a big difference. For seniors, feeling avoided due to body odor can dent their confidence, spirit, and quality of life. But with one small act, like washing behind the ears daily, you can erase a worry you didn't even know you had. In short, the ear folds and behind the ears are a blind spot in personal care for many, even the hygiene conscious. Just a few extra seconds with soap and a soft cloth can eliminate a sneaky source of odor that quietly impacts how others perceive you. True cleanliness doesn't come from the obvious spots. It's about the places few notice. Under the toenails. If there's a body part routinely ignored but brimming with odor-causing potential, especially in seniors, it's the toenails and the skin beneath them. Located at the body's lowest point, constantly covered by socks and shoes, this area gets little attention and is tough to reach for those with joint, spine, or balance issues. Many believe a quick foot rinse during a shower is enough. but neglecting thorough cleaning of the toenails and under them can foster bacteria, fungi, and persistent odors. With age, toenails naturally thicken, discolor, and curve, a normal part of aging. This also means dirt, dead skin, sweat, and sock fibers can easily get trapped underneath, unnoticed. Combined with moisture, common if feet aren't dried well after bathing or if shoes lack ventilation, bacteria and yeast thrive, producing a stubborn smell and even posing bigger health risks. Take Gerald, 81, a stickler for cleanliness who never skipped a daily shower and dressed impeccably. Yet every time his daughter helped remove his shoes, a sharp odor hit the air, leaving them both puzzled. They first blamed the shoes or socks, but even with frequent sock changes and shoe washing, the smell lingered. A podiatrist finally revealed the culprit. Months of buildup under Gerald's toenails, with mild fungal signs. This is all too common. Bending to clean under toenails isn't easy, especially for seniors with back pain, knee issues, or poor balance. So even with daily baths, this small but vital spot gets missed. The gradual buildup of bacteria, oil, and dead skin in a damp setting creates an unpleasant odor that can spread, affecting confidence and quality of life. The fix, though, is simple and gentle if done regularly. Use a soft bristled brush or an old toothbrush with mild soap to lightly scrub around and under the toenails once or twice a week. No harsh scrubbing needed, just consistency to remove oil and dirt. After rinsing, dry the toe crevices and under the nails thoroughly, as moisture is a breeding ground for bacteria and fungi. Nail care also means trimming correctly. Overlong nails trap more dirt and can cause injury while walking. If you can't do it yourself, ask a loved one, caregiver, or podiatrist for periodic help. Also, change socks daily, wash them in hot water, if the fabric allows, and rotate shoes instead of wearing the same pair all week. Another key point: clean and dry your shoes regularly. Wearing closed shoes all day makes feet sweat, trapping moisture inside. A perfect setup for odor. Try open-toed sandals in the evening or sun-dry shoes when possible. Toenail care prevents not just odor but also serious health issues like infections, skin damage, or poor circulation, crucial for seniors with diabetes, vein problems, or sensitive skin. In summary, the toenails and skin beneath may be small but play a huge role in keeping your body fresh. A few extra minutes weekly to clean this spot isn't just self-care. It's respect for your body, preserving dignity and confidence at any age. Body odor isn't inevitable with age. It's manageable with small, loving, consistent acts. The folds behind the knees. Of all the overlooked body areas in hygiene, the folds behind the knees are among the least mentioned, yet they're a common odor source, especially in seniors. Tucked away and hard to see, this soft skin is often skimmed over or skipped entirely during showers. But this seemingly harmless spot can become a haven for bacteria, sweat, and dead skin, particularly for older adults who sit a lot, move less, and struggle with bending or stretching. The skin behind the knees forms a natural fold, prone to staying damp when seated for long periods, like watching TV, reading, driving, or resting. When knees are bent for hours, airflow is limited, yet sweat and oil keep seeping out. Without thorough cleaning and drying after bathing, moisture and bacteria build up, paving the way for odor and skin issues like chafing, fungi, or mild inflammation. For seniors with more sensitive skin, reduced self-cleaning ability, and limited flexibility, cleaning behind the knees gets tougher and more likely to be missed. Often, they don't even realize the smell comes from there. It's hard to detect personally, but obvious to others nearby or caregiving. Consider Judy, 76, a woman who cherished tidiness and cleanliness. She maintained careful personal hygiene, changed clothes daily, and even switched detergents suspecting an odd scent. Yet when changing or sleeping, she noticed a faint, musty smell. She checked her feet, armpits, shoes, hair, nothing unusual. At a checkup, a nurse gently pointed out that the skin behind her knees was damp with slight irritation. Judy realized she'd skipped that spot entirely, rinsing but not drying well. Caring for this area isn't hard. In the shower, use a soft cloth or sponge with mild soap to wash the fold behind the knees. Dry it completely with a clean towel, especially on hot days or after wearing tight pants for hours. If you sweat a lot or have sensitive skin, a talc-free absorbent powder or light moisture-wicking cream can keep it dry and comfy. For those who can't easily bend or reach behind their knees, common in aging, use tools like a long-handled brush, extended washcloth, or shower chair for safer cleaning. Even a warm cloth or wet wipe can lightly clean it when a full shower isn't possible. On no-shower days, wiping behind the knees is a small but effective odor stopper. People often think body odor comes from usual suspects, like armpits, feet, or groin. But small, neglected spots, like behind the knees, are often the source of lingering, subtle smells. Shifting your hygiene mindset and not just washing for the sake of it, but cleaning, drying, and checking hidden areas can vastly improve daily freshness and confidence. Beyond odor, cleaning behind the knees prevents bigger health issues like skin inflammation, fungi, or infections, which can quietly worsen and hit seniors hard, especially those with sensitive skin or weak immunity. In short, the folds behind the knees are a blind spot in personal care that many, particularly seniors, overlook. A few daily minutes, gentle washing, thorough drying can erase a sneaky odor cause. Self-care isn't grand or costly. It's small, steady, loving acts for yourself. Sometimes the difference between feeling fresh and uneasy is just one good wipe behind the knee. Conclusion. When it comes to personal hygiene, especially in middle and old age, we often think daily bathing keeps us clean and fresh. But as this video reveals, body odor doesn't always stem from obvious places like armpits, feet, or groin. It's often the blind spots, small, discreet areas forgotten in daily cleaning. Skipping these spots not only causes unpleasant smells but also affects skin health, mood, and self-assurance. Reflect on your bathing habits. Are you focusing on familiar areas, assuming water cleans everything? Many seniors say they feel clean, yet hear from loved ones about a strange smell. Confused, they wonder why. The truth is, areas like groin folds, the navel and below, behind the ears, under toenails, and behind the knees, though tiny, are prime spots for sweat, oil, dead skin, and bacteria buildup. Uncleaned properly and regularly, these residues become the top source of subtle, persistent odor, hard to notice yourself but clear to others nearby. The great news? It's an easy, gentle fix. You don't need to overhaul your routine or buy pricey products. Just pay attention and add a few minutes daily to tend to these neglected spots. Start with 1 or 2 from the 5 areas mentioned. Build the habit, then expand across your body. Your body deserves full care, not just the visible parts but the hidden ones too. And don't skip a key step after cleaning. Dry thoroughly. Many shower well but dress while skin's still damp or skip drying folds, letting moisture linger and bacteria thrive. A soft, dry towel or absorbent tissue is your perfect ally for those final touches. On no-shower days, a quick wipe with a damp cloth, especially in moist-prone spots, keeps you fresh. Caring for your whole body isn't just personal, it's self-respect at any age. Feeling clean naturally boosts comfort and confidence in conversations, outings, or time with loved ones. For seniors, proper care doesn't just lift quality of life. It fosters positivity, social bonds, and self-worth. It's not just physical health, it's mental and emotional well-being. If you care for aging parents, grandparents, or relatives, gently encourage and assist with these small steps in their routine. A reminder, a well-placed cloth, or a long-handled tool to reach tough spots can make a huge difference. Offered with respect and love, this support won't embarrass them. It'll make them feel cared for, understood, and cherished deeply. In closing, if you've ever wondered why you still smell despite daily showers, it's time to check those overlooked areas in your hygiene routine. These tiny spots might be the silent culprits behind discomfort you didn't even know existed. With a slight tweak in habits and a little focus in your motions, you can take full control. Cleanliness isn't out of reach. It's the result of small, steady acts of self-love and respect. And finally, remember, the gap between confidence and unease might just be a few forgotten folds. Start today for a clean body, a calm mind, and your dignity, no matter your age.